Hi everyone, this is Mike Kraus here again, and I wanted to give you an update on episode 10, talk to you a little bit about season 3, when I'm expecting that to come out, answer a couple of questions from the Facebook page, and also ask you guys a couple of questions as well. So episode 10 is completed. It's currently being edited right now as I speak, and once that's done, that'll take a few days to complete. It should be out by the middle to late next week. I will have a cover design, as I usually do, up for you within the next day or two. I have to finish tweaking a few things on that, and then I'll get that up for you guys to look at while you wait for episode 10 to come out. Season 3 will be coming out in the next month, a month and a half is my current estimate. Again, that's going to be 2 to 3 times the length of a typical Final Dawn episode, and will be released in a single book. It's not going to be divided up into individual episodes because it is going to be shorter than a normal Final Dawn season. But it will conclude the Final Dawn series, and it will wrap up all the loose ends that exist in the storyline thus far, and also give you guys a satisfying conclusion to the cliffhanger that you may or may not find as it the end of episode 10. I apologize for that cliffhanger, but I couldn't resist putting it in there. When I was writing it, I'd intended to write a little bit more past it, but I got chills up my spine as I was writing it, so I figured, you know what, I need to just leave this here, and we'll wrap it up in at the beginning of season 3. So that's going to be taking place about a month and a half is my current estimate, so you guys can look forward to that. My next topic was to answer a couple of questions from the Facebook page, and as always, if you guys have questions for me, please email them to me, leave them on Facebook or as a comment on the videos, and I will be sure to answer them in the next video or on Facebook if it's an urgent question. But the first question was, am I an expert in nanotechnology? And the answer is no, I am not. My formal education is in systems engineering with a concentration in computer science. I have no formal background in nanotechnology, but I've always loved the subject, always loved the concept. The other question is, am I from Mississippi? The answer is no. I've lived here previously in my life for several years and moved away. I've actually lived all over the country. We moved around quite a lot for my dad's work. So my wife and I moved here with our son a few years ago to be close to family, and that's why we're here right now, is because we're close to family. But I was born in upstate New York, and I've lived as far south as Florida, so I don't really have much of an accent from what I can tell. So that's an answer to why don't I have an accent? Why don't I sound like I'm from Mississippi? Okay, as to some questions for you guys. I have 2 of them. One is about the audio recordings of Final Dawn that I'm going to be starting on. I've been thinking more about those in this last week as we're finishing up season 2 of Final Dawn and about to finish up the series as a whole. And one of the ideas that I had that I haven't seen done before and wanted to get some input on is, would you guys like to see me do the recordings and release them as I'm doing them on YouTube and as an MP3 download? My current estimate is that I would get probably about a third to a half of a Final Dawn episode recorded at a time, and then release those probably once a week. And then once a season is done and recorded, I would then obviously package that up and put it on Amazon next to the paperback and the Kindle book to sell on Amazon. But up until that point, I would be releasing these weekly chunk recordings that would be free for you guys to listen to on YouTube or download in an MP3 format and put on your iPods or your phones or whatever you use to listen to that type of thing. If you'd like to see that, let me know. I don't think there would be any licensing issues, given that I obviously own the licenses for everything. I don't think that would restrict me from putting them up for sale on Amazon or another audiobook website in the future. But if it does, obviously then I would have to take them down after they're done. But until that point, I don't see any issue or any reason why I couldn't do that. So if you guys would like to see that, let me know, and I'll certainly do that. My final question for you is about the next series and books and future books that I'm working on. Another thing that I haven't seen anyone else do previously that I've been contemplating is doing sort of a weekly series where I discuss sort of the writer's process and what I've been going through in terms of writing, research, plot development, character development, so on, in a non-specific manner as the book or series is being written. And I don't think I've revealed too much about the plot itself, the specifics about the plot, but think of like a behind the scenes in for a movie, a behind the scenes feature that they do at the very end, that's released at the very end, but that they record throughout the process. I'm thinking that I might do something like that, except release it as I go along instead of doing it all at the end, just to add some more interactivity and to make you guys feel like, you know, to give you a better insight and give you a little closer insight into what I go through as a writer and what I'm doing for that. So if that's something that you'd like to see, let me know. I haven't fleshed out the specifics of what would be in each of those, I guess they'd be weekly episodes, but if you're interested, let me know and I will make it happen. Somehow I'll figure out what to do to make it interesting and to put stuff in there that you guys would like to see. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back again soon with another video. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them on the video, on Facebook, and hey, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll get a better header graphic up there and everything and fairly soon, but it looks like I'll be doing these videos for a little while at least, so go ahead and subscribe if you'd like, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.